Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the BroTalk podcast. I'll be hosting today, giving Dan a little break. Oh, yep, always in it with the LaCroix. I'm Bergomer, also known as Grant. Below me here, we've got Chance, not the rapper, but the gamer. How you doing, Chance?
I'm about as tired as I could possibly be right now.
Nice. Get energized. Get yourself a LaCroix or something for energy, if that helps.
You think I drink that white girl drink? I don't think so.
Bro, it ain't no white girl drink. Shut up.
Well, Dan has started talking, so we've got Do It With Danny Boy over there.
Do it with Danny Boy. That was a decent one. I'll give you that. It's not as good as Man Who Wants to Be Green Grant, so because I want at least alliterated.
I would have at least gonna have to disagree with you, but our other champion of the night, Tim the Tatman Jr.
Oh, yeah, because I've got one tat. Now I've got two.
Yeah, wow, you forgot how many tattoos you have. That is something very special.
I see one every day. The other one I see like only when I'm wearing shorts.
All right. Well,
when you're wearing shorts.
We'll try to accept the excuses just for tonight. But welcome back, everyone. And we're glad that you're here. Glad that you're viewing this, whether you're viewing it live or viewing it later on. Just thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. We've got a few things to talk about today. First one is actually about Call of Duty. I don't know if anyone's heard, but right now we have the two different factions, and they're going to add a third faction, which I think is pretty interesting.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, just because it's Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's cool that they add new stuff. It's cool that they add new cosmetics and whatnot. But it's Call of Duty. It's just like it's super. I'm muted for myself. Hold on. Go ahead and someone else talk.
Oh, Dan.
No, it's not that I was muted. Is that for whatever reason it was picking up? I don't know. OBS sucks.
All right. Well, Dan's gonna fix the sound.
Anyway, I'm good now. Like I was saying, Call of Duty is just like, if they're adding another faction, like, it's content, so people are going to go nuts for it. But it's like, I think we were talking about it earlier. Are they going to add like 3v or 1v1v1? Are they going to add like 3, like on a big map, like a squad versus squad versus squad kind of thing? Instead of like 2-person or 2-team deathmatch, is it going to be like 3-team squad deathmatch? I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Kind of like how they did in Black Ops 2. I remember in Black Ops 2 they had a 3v3, like, or a 1v1v1 kind of like team deathmatch where it was 3 teams of 4. And I felt like that played pretty well. I mean, it was on the standard size maps.
At that point, wasn't it just like basically a type of free-for-all?
Well, kind of. No, it was...
Pretty much.
You had your team of 4, so it wasn't a free-for-all. You had your team watching your back. It played a little bit differently. So you were, like, every time you would get into a gunfight, you would almost be outnumbered, so you had to pick and choose your battles wisely. So,
I didn't really do much of the Black Ops 2's multiplayer, so I don't really remember that game mode that well. So I guess I can't really have too much input.
I did
on
way too much of Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I prestige 15 times.
Yikes.
3 times. Like, within the first month, I was already prestige 15. And then the second month, I was already prestige 15 again. And then the third month, I was already prestige 15 again. And then I was like, you know what? It's time to call it quits.
Yeah, the game's prestige method was good.
Yeah.
But in terms of new faction, I just don't, like, here's the thing. What are you going to do that's different? Are you going to add, like, a Russian-style faction? I wonder if they're going to add, like, I don't want to sound like racist or anything, but like a Saudi Arabian style faction, or like a different, like set of army or whatever, or a different army from the world. That'd be interesting.
The
European, maybe.
The faction's already been announced. It's more of like a militia faction. I don't know. You've played Modern Warfare 2, right? The main. Yeah. So it's the Shadow Company, who was head up by General Shepard at the time of Modern Warfare 2. So that's cool. Going to be the new faction, I believe, is Shadow Company.
I forget was Shepard the guy who shot Ghost?
Yes. 44 Magnum right in the stomach.
Yeah.
He is
That's a
the
good
man
show.
that everyone gets the achievement for killing in the remastered now.
Right at the
Oh,
beginning.
really?
Which is free. That's free on PlayStation Plus right now, by the way.
Oh, really?
It
Wow,
is.
I wasted
The Modern
$20.
Warfare
that
2 remastered campaigns free on PlayStation Plus. But of course, you have to have PlayStation's system or whatever. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be for, but
I'm
at
not.
the time of this, it is free.
Nah, I've always been in terms of consoles, I've always been an Xbox and Nintendo guy. Never really touched any of the PlayStation, so that doesn't really
Well,
seduce me in any way.
thankfully, you've got me here. I'm more of a, I'm a gamer. I'm the gamer's gamer. I've Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, PC.
Okay, you just saying that makes you sound like a huge boomer. I'm sorry.
You're a boomer.
Tim, I'm glad
How
that
are
you brought up
doing,
like
fellow kids?
I'm glad that you brought up like who Shadow Company was because I wasn't really familiar with it. But I mean, I guess that means that we can probably count on seeing General Shepard as an operator, as well as whoever else they decide to bring in.
I doubt Shepard will be an operator this season. He may be an operator within the next season.
I can see him being an operator for like the tier 100 of the battle pass or whatever. They're probably going to have Ghost and like those people from MW 2 because they announced their MW 2 came out. You know, you of course have those iconic characters in the game. They're probably going to put those people in the battle pass. That's my guess.
Yeah, a lot of people were speculating that Soap was going to be the main character of this battle pass, but it's going to be the main person is going to be the leader of the Shadow Company, which is I don't know if you watched the trailer or anything like that, but at the end when they were jumping out of the Warzone B-52 or whatever flies over the map, he was jumping out of the back of that. He was the bearded guy.
So, I didn't watch I have to watch a trailer after this because I have no clue what you're talking about. You're talking about a bearded guy. I can only picture you jumping on the back of a helicopter.
I mean, out of the back of a helicopter.
Some air dives, some freestyling.
Or back of a plane or whatever you said.
I'd love to see someone just hop out the back of a helicopter and just... I guess there's like the cargo bob thing. Whatever the actual name of that is.
Yeah.
It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a Tim.
Yeah.
It's a Tim. Just hits the ground, bounces.
Oh, gosh. Wow, you guys are jerks. This is why I don't podcast with you guys.
For Tim. We all just love
I worked
Tim.
hard all day. I get a pass.
I worked hard all day. Shut up. Meanie.
Hey, listen, I worked hard all day too. You know how hard it was to get up out of bed from sleeping?
Yeah,
you know how hard it is to sit there and do nothing all day? Yeah, I know that feel.
Chance like, oh, it's so difficult to grind out all these games all day. Oh. Just such a hard life, you know?
Dude, it's
Life
awful,
sucks.
man. Oh, it's such a grind.
Right?
It really sucks just collecting that unemployment.
Yeah, no kidding,
Oh,
right?
no.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh.
I think you're going to have to worry about, I mean, like, not to dwell on this, but I think you're going to have to be careful with that unemployment stuff. Because I've heard so many things recently about, like, them slashing some of the benefits. And, like, lowering them.
I'm not too concerned. I've already been looking, so...
Okay.
Not too bad of a deal right now.
That's good.
I mean,
Either way.
But
It's sweaty.
we've also heard some news about Nintendo. About some Nintendo leaks.
yeah.
Which, I mean, last week we were just talking about how, like, nothing's been getting leaked, and now suddenly we have a leak.
It wasn't just a leak, it was a giga leak. That thing, there's so much stuff that was leaked. Apparently, they're still coming through it right now, and they're finding just all of this stuff. There was a bunch of Yoshi concept arts that were leaked. You can go look those up if you really want. There's a ton of things about the original Mario 64 that were leaked. Apparently, Luigi was supposed to be in the game, but they literally couldn't fit him and everything that they wanted to revolve around him in the game because of the size of the cartridge and like memory at the time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of Star Fox title like things, title art that was leaked. Different versions of it. There, like you can go through it, and it's just insane the amount of stuff that was leaked in this thing. And of course, some of it doesn't apply to us now. It's just kind of cool to think that they've had this stuff for so long.
You know what would fix that? Get rid of Toad, replace Toad with Luigi.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because Toad's my boy.
Oh, but dude, you're so sad. They're not going to make any more unique Toads anymore.
Yeah,
That's
no
fine.
more
I don't
unique
care about
Toads.
I don't care about that.
I thought Toad
I
was
always
your
thought
boy.
that his games were stupid. I mean, like, here's the thing: if they really wanted him to be a character that was playable in anything, or like an actual like big character, they would have put him in Smash a long time ago, but they never did that. They just put him as like Peach's counter or whatever. So it's like dumb. Like,
but boy,
nah,
he's in
nah,
the
he's
Super
been
Mario
out for
Brothers
so long.
Super Show.
They put him in that Sandal and Toad game, but it's like
Captain Toad. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is not that bad for a game, though.
no.
But dude, you don't what? You tell me you don't like your boy Toad in the Mario Brothers show?
Bro, listen, I've never been a big Nintendo fan because their games just like they've never appealed to me. Unless
Mama
it's like
Luigi.
Smash. Unless it's Smash.
Unless
Then I'll
it's
kick your butt.
Toad for Smash, okay?
That'd be sick. I think it'd be cool.
Captain Toad for Smash.
No, just Toad.
Hey Tim, I think I just saw some of your cookie fall from your snack catcher.
Your snack catcher. Hey,
Did you just call my redneck flavor saver a snack catcher?
Part of this flavor saver?
I am.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
This is good.
That's pretty rude up there, you butthole.
Hey, you need to shut up, Chance.
What?
Oh goodness!
Everyone's gonna
Speaking
be-
of, like visual things. You're talking about like the Yoshi concept art and things like that. There's a game mode in Grounded that changes something visually.
Oh,
The
yeah.
arachnophobia mode.
Arachnophobia mode.
The dumbest thing, by the way, I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. The dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life is Chance
If you
and I
don't
playing
like spiders,
Grounded.
Don't play the game.
So
Not
explain to me,
wrong.
like, is the whole point of Grounded like these spiders?
There is so little on the main story right now. Right now there's only about 20 minutes worth of actual gameplay as story, and then after that it's mainly just base building. Because
building
the
and
game
killing
is
spiders.
so early in development. It seems like there was a few issues when Chance and I were playing earlier today. Like if you go up to spider webs or whatever and you start hitting them or whatever, you get stuck and you can't move, like, at all, even if the spider web's completely gone. So you have to save, quit the game, jump back in the game, and then you can start moving again. So
Oof.
It looks like a really early art concept. Like I was watching Ko, Ko Carnage.
Yeah.
I was watching him play. And he's pretty far into it, but it literally looks not like copy paste. Like the UI is a little different, the menus are different, but like the same base building structure, cut and paste. It's insane.
I have
But,
I have my issues with the UI right now, and that even Tim ended up bringing that up earlier today as well. And spiders, oh my god! Even with I'm assuming even with like the best armor you can get in the game currently, wolf spiders and the orb weaver spiders, which are the only two that are in the game right now, can basically one shot you regardless if you don't block.
yeah,
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's no fun.
along with like the stink bugs and stuff like that can one shot you too.
So
Stink bugs suck.
they have some balancing they need to do with, I feel like, their damage output. I mean, I understand, like, you're basically a bug to the spider. I understand that, but from a gameplay perspective, combat doesn't feel fluid
No,
right now.
not right now.
I haven't
And
played it. So
Bow and arrows, not even worth using. They deal about as much damage as you punching them.
Yeah, I'd say
I did see. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
When I was watching Ko play, he put on full ant armor or whatever it was, and he could literally walk around with the ants in the anthill, and they wouldn't attack him.
Okay.
So I
I-
thought that was kind of cool. That like if you get certain armor by certain bugs, you would be able to not disguise yourself, but be able to like walk among them. I thought that was kind of neat, so then you can actually like explore.
Here's my thing. I didn't think that. I don't think you need armor. I mean, it was night. When me and Tim got attacked by the ants, it was nighttime, so maybe that had a contributing factor. But for the majority of the time, you can walk up to pretty much all the bugs except for the stink bugs and the spiders.
Yeah, the stink bugs and
see,
the
I didn't know
spiders
that.
were the only ones that were like super
Hostile.
annoying. Like ants, you can walk up to them any time of the day or whatever, as long as they're not hostile towards you. Whatchamacallits, ladybugs. Those are pretty scary when you have to fight those. I don't know if Chance fought a ladybug yet or not, but
Oh no, I did, and it one shot me.
Yeah, like I was standing literally on top of the ladybug. I was like, yeah, this thing can't hurt me. And then like 2 seconds later, I'm dead, flying through the air.
So is Grounded like a you're playing Honey I Shrunk the Kids? Like I don't know anything about it. All I know is what you've said.
It feels like it,
Kind of, yeah.
Especially with the electronics that you have to.
Like,
the electronic, like the very like the beginning mission. There's like 3 like lasers that you have to deal with, which I'm assuming is what shrunk you down in the first place.
Well, no, because maybe I don't know. Because when you spawn in, there's that briefcase with like the 5 slots for people. There's only 4 like characters in the game right now. I don't know if they're planning on adding a 5th character and letting it go like cap up to 5 people per lobby or whatever. But in my opinion, which is really nice, is when you're playing multiplayer, you can't have 2 of the same character. So, like, one person can be playing as Max, the other person plays as the other girl, the other person plays as
blonde Justin Bieber.
The rip-off Chance, I like to call him.
No.
And then there's
he's blonde Justin Bieber. Let's get that straight here.
I mean, if you've ever seen Grant with his hair down,
yeah,
that's what he looks like.
We don't need to talk about that. That doesn't exist.
I mean, Grant with his hair down. Imagine Grant with his hair down with some 90s glasses.
I want it to exist.
So
I can literally do all of that right now too.
So far, I'm having fun with it, so I can't complain about it too much.
To me, it's jank. Needs some reworks. Definitely needs some updates.
Well, yeah.
But for what it is, I think it's a very interesting concept, and I was having fun while playing it with Tim.
Yeah.
Isn't it in early access?
Yeah, it's early access. It's $30 right now. I don't know if that price is going to go up. Maybe. I remember.
Time to
Go ahead.
G2A.
Time
guys.
to G2A.
Yeah,
Wow.
Time to...
Sponsored by G2A?
Wow.
No.
What? I didn't say that. What are you talking
Sponsored by
about?
water.
I'm pretty sure Obsidian would
Sponsored by
rather
water.
you pirate the game than go to G2A.
I think you're
Not gonna
right.
lie.
I think you're right.
Most places hate G2A.
Not that we've ever done that here.
No,
we wouldn't do that.
BroTalking.
Yeah.
No one here would do that.
I don't
But,
pirate games personally.
With the early access, it reminds me of the fake cyberpunk phishing scams. So I guess there have been some people that have decided that, hey, there's lots of people excited for cyberpunk, so we're just gonna send out some things that look like beta, like testing, and see who takes it. I think that's pretty scummy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I don't even know exactly what they're doing in terms. I mean, like, here's the thing. It's probably, hey, download this because it's a beta. So, of course, you'll have to download something, right? And then it's probably just a bunch of fishing gear. Like, not fishing gear, like, let me go cast my rod. But fishing in terms of, like, you know, it's probably tons of malicious stuff, bunch of data, data collecting, illegal data collecting. I don't know how you would say that, but it's probably just a bunch of that junk. You know, they probably are in your computer, you know, able to screw it over. So don't, because
here's okay. This is a bit off topic, but dude, I got like some pink lips going on my screen.
I can't even see your lips because they're so pixelated. Just saying.
I'm just saying, man. On my end, dude, I am pasty as hell, and I got them like get the pink lips,
bro. That's because it's your input. Like, I can't even tell. Like
Ken Barbie over there.
I can't even tell your lips start.
I can't tell where your lips start and your lips end.
Can't tell.
Steve from Minecraft is clearer than you.
I'm definitely gonna need to get myself a better, not borrow Terry's little
What
mic
is
here.
Terry's?
I have no clue. It looks like it says LOGI.
Logitech.
1080p. Oh yeah, I believe that.
You probably you can download the software and figure it out. It's probably also your upload speed.
Yeah,
probably.
That's what I'm guessing.
So with the whole cyberpunk scam, Project Red actually had to come out and say that there is no beta. There is none of that. They're not putting out any of it. just so that people would be like, oh crap, well maybe I should just not be accepting these random downloads from random sites.
Well, all I'm saying is that if you accept some beta code from a email address that you're not sure of, because here's the thing, all you have to do is click the little drop, because a lot of emails sites now are like, if you have Gmail, for example, they kind of like hide all of it up at the top to make it look clean. You can click a little like lower caret. I know this, like if it's the other way, it's upper. Anyway, you click on a little drop down menu thing, and then it'll show the email address, and odds are it's probably like SQ75 _ just like a bunch of crap. It's like, if you're stupid enough to fall for that, then like you deserve to not have a computer. Like they're going to take over your computer. You deserve to not have one. Because here's the thing, like, first of all, CD Projekt Red never came out to say anything about it. They never said, hey, we're going to start a beta. So if they don't say anything about it, you go to their Twitter, you don't see anything. You look all around, the internet, you don't see anything. Why would you download it? It's clearly a scam. So I feel like if you fall for it, like you're literally asking for it. You're just dumb. Sorry, like I don't want to be that guy, but you just it's such a big game. You would hear something about it, is I guess what I'm trying to say, rather than just like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's a random email. Let me download.
Yeah, no.
Want stream to be PG proceeds to call all viewers dumb.
Well, I mean, it's still PG. It's still
Did
PG.
you hear what I said? I said the people that download this.
Yeah, I mean, he's not saying that our viewers
your
are dumb.
camera sucks. Do your ear cups work, Chance?
Dude, I am hard of hearing.
I can tell.
Normal.
And to be fair, a good rule of thumb, not just for this, but throughout your life, don't download random links. Don't do it. Don't even go into them.
Don't open up random emails that you get from people that you don't know. Like if you didn't sign up for a specific web page's links or whatever, don't download. Like don't even open the email. Like sometimes that's how you can get a virus, is just by opening the email.
But Tim, $2,000 a month.
I mean, $2,000 a month for my life. If I give you $100,
I want to support this African prince. Another thing, though, is that usually what you can do is, if the email address looks correct, you can highlight it, copy it, and then take it to your search bar in a web browser, paste it, and if that will show you if there's any like suspicious characters, and if there are, don't touch it. Yeah, if it looks legit.
Also, look for
life hacks with Dan.
Look for misspellings.
I'm a plethora of information
as well, too. Like look for
That's
misspellings.
why he's Daddy Dan.
Dude, I am Daddy Dan.
He gives you helpful life advice.
I am Daddy Dan.
If you're a plethora of information, then why does my dad not love me?
Listen, Chance, I don't know that. I don't know what you did as a kid.
Or maybe Dan does know, and he's just not ready to share that.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me, Dan?
Yeah, Daddy Dan.
See, listen here, son.
Hey, I don't remember you being my father.
Listen, I'm above you.
Chance, you definitely just looked the wrong way.
Yeah. I'm looking down at you.
He's up towards your window.
On stream, I looked the right way.
On stream. But on the VOD, you looked at me.
Not on the actual recording.
Damn it! It's so confusing to me.
Okay,
don't
Chance.
Watch it then.
Chance, look straight up.
Yeah.
That's Grant.
You mean God?
Yeah, I mean,
no, that's Grant.
Oh, okay.
Now, over to your left. That's me. Now, up and to your left. There's Dan. Dan and I are backwards on the stream.
Wait.
Come on, Chance. We went over this. You guys went over it.
Listen.
No.
I have the
Dan is right next to you. Dan is your stormtrooper. I got
that's Dan. Yeah. That's
okay,
Chance,
listen.
Yeah.
Literally, what you see on stream.
Listen, Linda.
Take Dan and Tim and swap them.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. It's not that hard.
That's
He's not wrong.
For me, though.
We went over this for over 5 minutes before we started, and you guys still can't get it.
No, but you don't understand. It's not just swap you two, because to me, you two are on that side, so I have to swap you there and there.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, that's weird how Discord does that. I thought it would all be the same, given our names, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, I failed education. I don't know my ups from my downs.
I don't know your downs from your ups either.
I know my left to right.
I'm not sure where that went.
Okay, Chance, don't. I saw that one coming from a mile away. Don't.
Chance is the worst kind of person sometimes.
Oh no, I'm having PTSD.
My phone's gonna die.
What's next?
Yeah, we were talking about the fake cyberpunk fishing, but something real is that the Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be free to play.
Ooh.
Which I think is kind of an interesting trend at this point. I don't know. I think it started pretty much like Fortnite, I want to say, is who like started that. And ever since then, there's like Modern Warfare is like, hey, here's Warzone for free. And now Halo's like, here's Infinite multiplayer.
Well, I mean, to be fair, multiplayer for almost any game has been free. If you talk about like straight multiplayer, like Call of Duty has always had free multiplayer. No. If you take away like the live service.
If you take away paying the $60 for the game.
Well, I mean that comes with it though. Wait. So are you saying that you like so there's going to be Infinite and then multiplayer separately, or are they going to be together?
That's what
like
I'm
in one game
about.
Because if they're together in one game, multiplayer's always been free. If it comes with the when you buy the game, multiplayer is technically speaking free.
I feel like it's going to be
because you usually just pay for the campaign.
I feel like it's going to be like how you download Call of Duty Warzone versus Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where like if you choose to, you can install multiplayer or you can have Warzone just by itself.
Okay.
So like it'll be just like Halo Infinite's multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see any other reason why they would have felt they should announce that if it was just going to be like it always has been.
If that's the case, I'm going to have some concerns about money being placed into Halo Infinite. Like monetization-wise, microtransactions.
I mean, with graphics like Craig, I don't think I want any monetization.
Graphics like Craig.
I mean,
we love Craig. I stan Craig.
We do love Craig. Craig is our PlayStation 2 face on a next-gen console.
I'm being real though. Like that honestly concerns me because Modern Warfare has a bunch of these freaking weapon skins and operator packs that if you buy like 3 of them are basically the price of the entire goddamn game.
I mean, to be fair, they don't really change the game that much. Like, it's not pay to win. It's just purely cosmetic. So if you want to spend the money on that, you're more than welcome to spend the money on it. It's not breaking the game, in my opinion.
But here's my thing. If they do that with Infinite and its multiplayer and skins and stuff and all that other garbage that was in Halo 5, which I don't know, only me and Dan, I think, have played Halo 5.
Yeah, I haven't played Halo 5.
As far as, and then
I've played Halo 5.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, its multiplayer had the innovative like loadout system for its weapons, which I like the different weapon variations, but it also had weapon skins, and that irks me because skins I don't think belong in Halo.
I agree with you.
I got that steel book, boy.
Like that's just my interpretation of it. I don't think skins belong in Halo. COD's a different story, honestly.
So I'm reading this and it's saying that the reason that they announced multiplayer being free is because it sounds like because the game is going to Steam, that it's going to be multiplayer is not going to be linked with the campaign like most games. I'm not sure if you just talked about that because everything you said the past like 2 minutes, it went right over my head because I was reading this. But it sounds like that what it's going to do, they're going to release the campaign and then they're going to release multiplayer separately, at least on Steam. I'm not sure about on Xbox. So I think that's why they announced it so then you don't have to buy it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to people who
cool.
don't want to buy the campaign and just play Halo for its multiplayer, cool. You know what? I'm fine with that.
I think it's an interesting move.
I'm just concerned about too much monetary, like, skin crap being thrown into your face, like with Modern Warfare.
Odds are they're going to do a battle pass, but they haven't like confirmed or denied it yet. So
I mean, if they do a battle pass subscription kind of thing, like how Modern Warfare has done it, or even like the Halo Master Chief Collection, I like the battle pass system in that. Like, can go back to Season 1 if need be, and still earn the rewards for that, even on like Season 2 or whatever.
Are you talking about Master Chief, the way Master Chief has been doing it?
Yeah, like I feel like that is the superior battle pass system, like being able to earn whatever
superior
perks,
yeah,
or whatever.
I enjoy that.
Cosmetics.
I think that's I think that's a good idea, and you don't have to pay for that battle pass either.
Mm-hmm. I feel like with Halo Infinite though being free to play, that's going to be where the majority of their cash flow comes from after the main purchase of the game, and that'll be where the majority of their cash flow comes for free to play players.
I hope not. I hope that they kind of stick with the battle pass that they got going in MCC. I hope, but with the way everything's been going now, I'm not going to be too surprised if it's a paid for battle pass. I'll just be sad to see if it goes down that path after seeing what MCC has been doing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, multiplayer is going to be free, so
it'll be interesting though how multiplayer is going to work, because I just read that there odds are you're going to be able to do I'm not entirely sure how they're phrasing this, but you know how like we think the campaign is going to be open world a little bit?
Correct.
People are saying that you're going to be able to join others in that, like you're going to join your friends in that, but it's going to be through the multiplayer thing. So I'm wondering, it's like that doesn't make sense to me. And unless if I read that totally, does that make sense? How I said that?
It makes sense they said it, but it wouldn't make sense as far as them being like. It sounds like they're separate files. Like, here is your multiplayer. Here is your
campaign.
Your campaign. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me though, as they would say that multiplayer is free. But if you're going to be able to play with your friends, are you literally going to get a campaign for free, or are they going to have like certain missions? Unless if I read that totally wrong, I could have read that wrong. But this article is a little confusing.
I think you're looking at that a little bit wrong. I still think that the multiplayer for campaign is going to be completely separate from multiplayer's multiplayer.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like campaign is going to be like I said, it's going to be like Modern Warfare, where you have the campaign and then you have Warzone. Like, you're going to have Warzone's going to be completely free or Infinite's multiplayer completely free, separate file. Download it separately from the main game. Launch it on a completely separate application. And single player, I believe, is going to be on its own application, and then, or single player, multi player, like the co-op is going to be on one file.
See, now I kind of see what you're saying there, Mr. Adept. I forget. I think it was Tim, right? Hopefully, please tell me I was right with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. At least I remember his name.
I can't forget his name.
Now I'll agree, like, because Halo looked like it should have been done with 3 to begin with, back on console. Then it got to, I believe it was 4, and 4 looked like it was going to be the end, and then 5 came out.
Well, you're forgetting ODST and Reach before 4 came out.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying, Master Chief's story should have been done with Halo 3.
Gotcha.
And where ODST came in, there should have been like a bunch of side stories, which 343 has already said. Master Chief's story looks like it's going to end on Infinite, and then from Infinite's engine, they're going to be building a bunch of other Halo side stories.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely for. If I can get some more ODST stories going in, I'll be completely fine with that.
I'm just curious how that's going to work, though.
I think it'll be fine, because they said the Slipspace engine is going to be the stepping stone for a bunch of new Halo content. So, I mean, dude, if I can get some Sangheili, if I can get some Elite Homeworld Civil War campaign going on, dude, you sold me.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, I wonder if they're going to try and introduce different areas. Because, I mean, like, as far as we know, Chief is the only one. I mean, like, now we're just getting into, like, now I'm getting into, like, I guess lore, not really lore, but like just from what we've seen from the game, like Chief and the pilot are like the only people that we know of that are alive in terms of humans. And so like it'll be really interesting to see just kind of where everything goes from there, because if they are talking about adding other campaigns and like other, side stories, I wonder what they're going to have to reveal in this Infinite campaign to be able to expand.
Whoever said that all these expanded stories need to take place on the Ark and the Ring.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you're right, but at the same time, unless if they're going back in time to then show stuff from when Chief was like away, adding after it to the fact is just going to, like, me personally, if Chief's not in it, like after the whole Infinite thing, it's like I don't care too much. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Are you saying that you kind of really only care about the Halo as a franchise if Chief is involved?
Not necessarily, but I'm trying to say, like, how far can they go after the Infinite campaign when it comes to other stuff? Because most people only care for stuff about Chief. Like, of course, you care about side stuff, and there's other people, who might care about the elites and stuff. But in terms of just, like, straight up marketing and, like, game development, it would be really stupid to try and end Infinite and be like, this is the end of the Chief saga. Oh, by the way, here's an elite thing. Like, no offense, but not a lot of people are going to like that because people play Halo for Chief. You see what I'm saying? So I wonder if they're going to do campaigns like the before this Infinite thing.
Now here I think I'm going to have to give you an argument point. You're completely forgetting about the Arbiter.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying though that people don't care about that. I'm literally saying though most people care about Chief. And if Chief's story is supposed to end on Infinite, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, like, okay, like I'm just going to play this because it's another part of Halo. Like Chief's not in it, but I'm just going to kind of play it. Like I think from a sheer just I guess I'm not sure what that word is, but just like a
from
game
a
development side,
like a game,
like a story side. They're not going to really be able to do much in terms of captivating the audience, at least a big enough audience. So they're definitely going to cut
like a story point of view.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I completely see what you're saying. I just think that I kind of like the way that 343 is going with this, and I like the potential for other Halo stories and gameplay. I really enjoy that, and I understand that what you're saying as well.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to
alienating the rest of people who don't care about anything else other than Chief.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say that like it would be bad. I guess I'm just trying to say like it will be really interesting just to see what they do. Because so many people do care about Chief, and there will be people who die on that hill. And so for them to literally go a different direction, I feel like would just destroy the game, personally. I don't think that it would survive more than like a very, very, diehard player base.
I mean, honestly, there's really no diehard player base, in my opinion, anymore. Like, whenever I watch live streams on it with people, like the announcement trailers and stuff like that, people are like, I was waiting for it to be like the next Halo game, but it's just another Halo. It's not the next one. Like, it just feels like it's going to be the same thing. So, I mean, I don't think there's I feel like all the diehard Halo fans died off before probably even Halo 4.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
No, I can agree with that because 4 and 5 were very radical changes from 2 and 3, which you'll end up seeing whenever you end up playing them. And especially with the addition of the faction, which I'm not going to name because this faction pisses off a lot of Halo fans.
Yeah. Please don't name the faction.
Dan, I think
I want to go into this blind.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I think, I don't know. I'm conflicted because I want Infinite to be good. I want this slip space engine to be a very nice stepping stone. I want all this new content. However, I want, if they're gonna make Chief's story in Infinite, I want it to be clear cut. I don't want no corners cut, and I don't want to feel unsatisfied by the end of his saga.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I mean, like, here's the thing. I want it to be good too, but 343 with their history, they can't deliver. I want it to be good and like I want to have fun, but they're not gonna be able to deliver, in my opinion. They're gonna have a huge letdown.
Okay, well then if
that's my opinion.
If that's the case, are you wanting to see some conclusions to Master Chief and his blue team, or do you want to see some more confrontation with Agent Locke and his Spartan team?
If I'm being honest, I don't want any of that because I thought that was really bad. I did not think that was a good stepping stone. Like, it was cool in the moment, but now that you look back, you're like, that was not very, like, that was a really, I don't want to say dumb.
It was a weird time for Halo.
Yeah. It was not. It was not
like,
well thought out.
It was a more random, like, we need a Halo. What storyline can we give it?
Yeah, it's almost like it was forced. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't fluid.
Well, they pushed squad play. Like, they wanted Halo 5 to be all about playing with your friends and playing a different of the Spartan teams. Like, that's what they wanted. That was the whole point. Because if you died, then you had basically the crutch of your allies picking you back up. But I don't know, because I want to see more of these characters that they introduced in 5. But at the same point, it was basically false advertising for Halo 5. Do you remember the adverts that came out about when Chief was in like a pile of rubber and like rubble, and then Locke comes up with the Magnum?
Yeah, they really made that. I remember all of those because I remember them being super misleading, and they would have from different point of views. And they even came out to say like, yeah, like we don't want to tell you what's going on. It was like I was so let down by it. I remember finishing the game and being like, this is just not. I'm sorry, Tim. We're probably spoiling stuff for you, but I like. Here's the thing. Overall, I don't think that they're going to be able to deliver because they want to release the game with the console, right? They want to release it. That's what Microsoft's plan is. 343 has come out to say that because of all the crap that's been going on with the graphics, they're going to do their best to try and fix it when the game launches. They don't have a ton of time because they then need to print it all on discs. And that's a big thing. And like I understand a lot of things are digital, but a lot of people still on discs. So they're going to have to take a chunk of their team to put it on discs. I don't know how that works. That's how I'm guessing it works. But the thing is like once you ship that on a disc, like you can't really do anything unless if you want to add a big old giant couple gigabyte update. Like I just don't think that they're going to be able to deliver. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, here's the thing. There's day 1 patches, day 0 patches that come out all the time. Don't get me wrong. But if they can't finish what they want, they're shipping an unfinished product, and then they're going to have to release a massive update. And most people don't like that. I know I don't. Once I download the game, I want to play it. I don't want to have to wait another, 50 gigs just because the game wasn't complete. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to play,
like Call of Duty's weekly updates.
Oh my gosh. I need a terabyte drive just playing the game. I'm not trying to, like crap all over the game and say like it's going to be the worst thing ever. I just don't think personally that they're going to deliver. And based off of what I saw on the trailer, just from a technical standpoint, I want to enjoy it, and I probably will enjoy it, but I don't think that they're going to be able to deliver on their promise. Here's
my stand on that. I'm going to give 343 the benefit of the doubt. Now here's the thing. Halo 4 and 5 might have been different, like functionality and gameplay wise, but their graphics on those games looked nice.
The graphics look nice.
I think that they can deliver a good graphically nice experience with Infinite, even though it's going to be technically an open world game.
But you also have to think, Chance, they had years to work on those games. They have months to try and boost the graphics on Infinite. Not saying that they haven't started doing that before they show the trailer, but if they're saying that they're going to try and improve everything, they only have a few months. And not to mention, graphics don't make the game, but in terms of gameplay, like 343 with Halo 4 and 5, they really didn't. Like I said, it was cool at the moment. It was fun in the moment, and like yeah, but when you look back, you're like, that wasn't very good. Like they really dropped the ball in terms of trying to continue the whole Halo franchise and making Halo what it was. They just like spun it on its head. I don't know. I'm sorry. I probably sound like a downer, so I won't say anything anymore. That's just my thoughts on like how everything's kind of going in that direction, and like I just don't want to get my hopes up, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call you like, I wouldn't say that you're being a downer. I'd say that you're just voicing your opinion on a franchise that you loved.
That you care about. Yeah.
Because I loved Halo 3. Like if you look in my dude, okay, so you remember how you could get 100% achievements and stuff back in the Xbox days? I had every achievement in Halo 3 except one. I couldn't get a stupid perfection game because I was so bad at multiplayer. I couldn't get 15 kills. I couldn't go flawless in a game. That's the only achievement I couldn't get. And like I 100% at ODST and Reach, I think. Like I 100% all Halo games. I love it. It just makes me really sad that 343 is taking over.
Then that being said, what was your thoughts when Reach came out then?
Oh, I loved Reach.
Okay.
I thought Reach was good. Like I didn't know what to expect. That's the thing. When it came to ODST and Reach, we really didn't know exactly what to expect. And then when 4 came out, we didn't know what to expect, and it really wasn't good. And then they're like, oh, 5 is going to be so good. And like, don't get me wrong, it was pretty decent. But in terms of like I said, when you look back, you're like, that really wasn't that good. So it's just like they said, oh, it's going to be great, and like it wasn't.
It was decent. It was okay.
It was okay. In terms of a Halo game, it was definitely on the lower part of the totem pole. Halo 5 and 4. I will say that. So it's just like I'm really curious as to what they're going to be able to do. Sorry, I'll step off my soapbox.
Yeah.
All right. Developers are always going to say this game is going to be good. I mean, they're the ones making money off it.
Yeah, they've got to sell a product.
Yeah.
Hey, random, stop posting dumb shit online.
The game is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Even with the sales. Pokemon Go just did a really great thing for their sales. Pokemon Go Fest.
Okay, when you bring up Pokemon Go Fest, I just remember the atrocity that was the first one they did.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they totally changed it from that one.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of things, like, games tend to get better over time nowadays versus back in the day, like, on the PlayStation 2 or whatever, and you buy a game. That's the game you're going to have for the rest of that console's lifetime.
You're not wrong.
Now we have the ability to update games and make them better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say, though, that it was an update. It was more of just, like, they added enough stuff if you paid enough money.
I mean,
for that day. Because, well, no,
yeah.
Hear me out, because it was supposed to be Go Fest, and usually that thing is like, it's like a convention. You go to Boston or whatever it is, you know, everyone flocks there and they have all this stuff. But because of COVID, you couldn't do anything. So they said, if you pay us $15 for the next 2 days, it's going to be like a big old giant convention. You can go do whatever you want. You know, you can walk around, you can sit inside, and we're going to bring stuff to you. So people paid $15. They made the most revenue since they first launched back in 2016, and it was very successful. But the thing is that people had to pay money for it, and it wasn't really a content update. It was like, you pay this money and we will give you this stuff. Once enough people do X thing, we will unlock more stuff. I'm not sure if it's still in the game, but I would assume it's just because of the convention.
I mean, here's my kind of take on Pokemon Go. I think when it released, I'm surprised it got as popular as it did. For one, I'm surprised it got super damn popular. I remember when I was living in Portland, driving to my technical school, and then playing the original theme out my window, and then having some woman off to the side on the sidewalk. She looks at me, points at my car, and is like, "Yo!" I'm just like, yeah. I think that when it originally launched, it was a great time.
It was fun when it originally launched.
It was a great time.
I found it really interesting that Team Valor and Team Mystic basically turned into these Team Rocket gangs they turned into gangs that were hanging around the Pokestops.
I mean, you're not wrong.
They were bad. Those were scumbags.
You remember when Kyle went down to whatever car wash shop and he got beat up because he got his collarbone broken?
Yeah,
what?
some kid.
Yeah,
so we were all Team Yellow, right? We were all Team Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because working at Target, you don't want to be Team Red.
Yeah.
You see enough red all day.
Yeah, and so Kyle was on Yellow because all the Target dudes want to be on Yellow, right? And he goes to do something. I think it was like go do a raid or something, and some kids beat him up, broke his collarbone. Yeah, take over a gym.
Yeah, he went to go take over a gym.
What the heck?
It's like, are you kidding me?
Stupid.
Valor and Mystic just turned into Team Rocket, like real life gangs. That's all they turned into.
Team Magma and Team Aqua or whatever.
Is that Kyle, was that like Little Kyle?
Little Kyle.
Yeah,
Little Kyle.
Kyle and Rin. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Mr. Genie.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, actually, I think they came out to say that, like, if I'm not mistaken, he was on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And they like rushed him, and he tried to get away and like slipped, or something, or like his skateboard hit a rock and like fell forward or something like that. I don't think they actually did anything, but they like threatened him. Yeah.
But still, like that's not even cool. You don't.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's literally a video game. Like, as soon as he's
Wait,
gone, just take over the gym again.
What do you mean? You're walking around in real life. This is real life.
This is actually the first time in my life when I've ever had like a flagship phone.
Yeah.
So when Pokemon Go came out, I downloaded it and it could not run. So I have in my Snapchat memories, I have this picture that I took actually in the Target break room, and I had drawn a Pokeball in it, like with the Snapchat tools. And I was like, if only I could actually play with all the friends at Target or whatever it was.
To be fair, the game was busted at launch.
Yeah.
It did not work for like a week and a half.
Server crashes, app crashes, stuff not saving.
Yeah, that was bad.
Nothing but drowsies in Kalispell.
Bro, people loved me for my hypnos when I was in Portland. That's all I'm saying.
Being able to download those stupid, like, figure out what Pokemon's gonna spawn where, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, and you would get banned for it? Yeah. I remember that.
The people in, like, Arizona and stuff were, like, screwed over because they couldn't, like, get water Pokemon or something.
Which, I mean, it was kind of cool. They did it by...
find the water source, you just don't have it.
And then there's the Pokestops were at some people's houses, and then people would gather around people's houses. Remember that?
There was,
oh my gosh.
There was a Pokestop, like, literally right next door to where I lived.
When I lived there, I went to go get a gym by myself or something like that, and this lady walks out the door. I'm like, "Hi there, I'm sorry to intrude." You know, like I was on the sidewalk. She's like, "Are you getting the Pokemon gym?" She was some old lady. I was like, "Yeah, I was. Thanks." She's like, "Have a good time. I hope you win." I was like, "Thank you."
You're God damn it, Tim.
Good lady.
Oh, dude, I was lucky. Being in Portland, I had nothing but EVs spawning around my property.
Nice.
That was lucky as shit for me. But then I'm sitting here texting Dad, and all he's getting is drowsies, and I'm like, oh. the fucking anteater, whatever the hell it is, it's trunk nose.
Anteater, trunk nose. Are you talking about Fanfi?
No, drowsy. Drowsy has the damn, like...
Oh.
Yeah, he has the trunk nose.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant, like, an elephant. Anyway, I remember when you were in Portland, and you wouldn't get back to me, so we'd get breakfast, you loser. I remember that. Anyway, that's a different story.
Different story.
Oh my goodness.
Different day.
Different story days.
Yeah, Pokemon Go is something else. It's interesting that they made that much money, though. And I mean, like, here's the thing. When the game first came out, they probably made stupid money. But it's really interesting that people still play it, and they made more money than launch just a few days ago.
I don't see nobody, like, walking around playing it anymore, either.
Exactly, yeah. It's usually, if anything, I see little kids doing it, and they're, like, 8.
Probably because of COVID.
No, I mean, people are diehard fans. They'd still do it, I think. Or at least, like, around their neighborhood.
I mean, it sounds to me like Pokemon Go Fest was just a really creative microtransaction, but a really expensive microtransaction.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, the very first one, dude, they went in there, the servers crashed the minute all the people logged into the server at the fest, so they had to sit around and do nothing, and they were so pissed off. It was great. It was fun for me to watch.
Yep. I'm interested I'm just interested to see how many people played on that day. Not necessarily just because of revenue, but like literal live players, and then how that's dropped off until now. Mm-hmm. The before and after the event. I'm just curious to see numbers. I could probably find them somewhere, but I'm lazy, so.
You could probably find a live feed of people that are still playing the game.
Oh yeah, I go to Twitch and find some. Hold on, let me see if there's even people still like
live streaming it.
Twitch. Yeah, well, I mean, people actually playing it, because I know that like A-Drive sometimes plays it. Pokemon Go. Oh, here we go. There are 1.8k viewers right now. The most someone has is 373. That's actually not too bad. I thought it was dead.
I mean, it kind of is.
Well,
Grant, when was the last time you logged on to Pokemon
I think Floor 2 dead.
I mean, compared to what it used to be, I mean, it's on life support, but it's going.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's on life support, I consider it dead. If a machine has to, if it's got to be kept alive by a machine, it's not.
Tim, would you pull the plug? Would you pull the plug, Tim?
I would.
On what? Pokemon Go? Heck yeah. Like,
okay.
It's a dead game in my opinion. I'd pull the plug on Killing Floor 2. I'd pull the plug on a bunch of games.
Dude, I'd pull the plug on KF2 as well, and that game's dead. What's really weird to me, though, is that they usually have about 4,000 average viewers on KF2. And I'm just like, half of those people are probably in lobby, waiting on others.
Half of those people are probably bots.
You're not wrong. That game needs to die, though, and either make a third one or just, like, cut it out. Third one, not third.
You want a third one? Give me some Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'd take Left 4 Dead 3 over Killing Floor 3 any day.
Yeah, same.
I just want more.
Where's GTA 6?
Bro, that's not coming out for years. They're in development. GTA 6 is in development, but it's not coming out for at least another 4 or 5 years.
The mythical GTA 6.
They'll hit over a decade of GTA 5 still being popular, which I
It's the
think is
only game
incredible.
that's crossed 3 generations of consoles: 360, PS4, Xbox One, and then this new one.
See, now when did
I mean,
GTA 5
now
launch?
Destiny 2 is also going to be hitting that as well too.
I want to say it
Oh,
was
you're
like
right. You're right.
2013.
Was it 2013 that GTA 5 launched?
Yeah,
Thought it was-
2013.
Yeah, that's the year I graduated high school, bro. I remember getting that at midnight.
I remember getting Pokemon Sun at midnight at the GameStop.
I'm sorry,
Whatever.
bro. I
Oh,
will
look at
blast
you,
you.
Chad.
At the
I'm Father
GameStop, as
Dan.
the kids say.
Oh, dude. Speaking of GameStop, isn't it going out of business?
I mean,
No.
GameStop
Is
has
it
been
really?
going out of business for like 10 years now.
Well, here's the thing. I was.
Have they?
There's a few GameStops in this local area or general area that are like closing.
Yeah, I think they're minimizing their store. The weird.
Oh, there goes Grant.
And that just messed up the recording.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
No, I mean,
Well,
I got Dan on one half of the screen and Dan on the other half of the screen.
here. Let's take a little breather, and
Hey,
you could probably just cut this whole thing out here.
I mean, probably.
I mean, we can keep
No,
talking about
we'll
stuff.
keep it in.
Okay.
I'm just not.
Well,
gonna
here's the
move
thing. I mean, like, if
around.
he's, I think either his computer crashed or his internet went out, so I don't want to sit and wait for that. No offense to him.
Yeah. No.
So Dan, what's the next topic?
All right.
Looks like,
So we'll talk about subtopics real quick. We'll just roll into that. If you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
First things first. Rocket League's going free on the Epic Game Store. How do you feel about that? I know that I kind of play it. Haven't played it recently.
I'm pissed because I paid $60 for this fucking game.
I mean, same, but
friggin' game, not the F word. We don't say the F word here on the. we
Yeah,
don't
come on,
say
Chance.
the F word here on the stream.
I don't know. I say the F
you're
word
my
here on
buzzer
the
boy
stream.
now.
Shut. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Family
But
friendly.
I'm a little pissed. I'm a little pissed off at that. Not gonna lie, because I paid $60 for this game. Not only did they basically ruin it with its friggin' blueprint system, but then they took away support from the Mac for one.
Yeah.
They made multiplayer on Mac gone. That was gone forever ago, and a lot of people were angry about that too because they bought it on Mac.
Mhm.
And now that it's going free to play, I want my $60 back.
Well, when did you buy it though? That's the thing.
Well, when did you and me both buy it? Because I bought it.
No.
When...
I bought it. Wait. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I bought it when a Mr. Kai was still around and was still a friend. That was years ago.
Well, I mean, I bought it when the first year I went to college, 2016. So I mean, I've had it for 4 years. So I mean, I definitely got my share. I think I bought it for 30 when it was on sale, to be honest. But I think it's a dumb move simply because it's going to Epic. I don't feel. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Psyonix was bought out by Epic, so I mean, they kind of have to. But I think that's going to hurt the player base even more. Apparently, the game is still like super active. Like,
I mean,
people are surprised.
It's an esport.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was an esport when they basically released it too. I mean, I don't know. I want to go back when there was still. I would rather take the damn loot boxes over this blueprint system.
Yeah,
like
at least I had to buy a set. I had to
blueprint.
buy a set price for a key,
Yeah.
and not spend more for something that's rarer. You know what I mean? For a rarer part.
Yeah, I think that if you take the game before the blueprint system, like revert whatever is back until before that time, best part of the game. As soon as they introduced that, I literally looked at the game. I was like, what is that? I don't even understand how that works, and then I never touch it again.
Oh, and
So I'm
here's
so
the
turned
thing.
off.
I really enjoy Rocket League. I enjoy the game. I like playing it with my friends. I get pissed off when I play online. For one,
I know.
but I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun play with your friends type of game. But
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't know.
I despise the fact that it became such a greedy system as time went on when the Psyonix got bought out.
Yeah, I think it's, if we're speaking strictly from a company's point of view, I think it's really good move on their part that they're going free to play and then adding in, like the loot boxes and stuff, because strictly speaking, from a company standpoint, that's such a smart move because you're going to attract more people. But from a player standpoint, a consumer standpoint, it's so stupid. I think it's cool that it's free to play, but then to like get almost anything, you have to either like pay a crap ton of money or play the game an immense amount to even get remote, like any remote, or like get remotely close to, what we had in terms of cosmetics and stuff back in the day. So it's like,
well, the ones that you get for free aren't even like worth the time to grind them out. Anything worthwhile, you're gonna have to shell out money for. I mean, $20 tires. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's really stupid. That's when you're pushing it. Like for example, you can kind of say the same thing about Fortnite. Like they have really expensive cosmetic items. You can buy a skin for $20 and it's one skin and it comes with like a backpack and like a pickaxe or whatever. So it's really interesting that Epic bought out Psyonix and is going in the same way that Fortnite's going because they see the same model. Fortnite is this free-to-play model, tons and tons of cosmetics, and then they're literally ripping out Rocket League, putting it in that same model and saying this is going to work.
Is
it might for a little bit.
Even like still relevant?
Oh, dude, it's huge.
Yeah.
I don't think that game's ever going to die. Let's be honest. I don't think so. In terms of dead, what we think now, there's dead games. Killing Floor 2, dead game. Fortnite I don't think will ever come to that point because there's so many young people that see it as an opportunity to go pro, big name. I don't think it's going to die.
I mean,
at least anytime soon.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Maybe in like 10 years.
I'd
say probably a little bit sooner than that. I would say the next 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel sad. I thought Apex was going to be the Fortnite killer, honestly.
Apex dropped the ball, though.
4 years out would make it the same age that GTA is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you. Apex has been nerfing some of their better characters, like, into the ground. I think that they aren't doing enough to compete with Fortnite, and it makes me sad because I really enjoy the characters of Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about my little crash there. Something to just...
Was it your PC or your internet?
Went out. The whole internet, because it was on my phone too. When I was trying to message y'all and be like, I don't know what's going on, but
that's all good.
Disconnected.
Okay. Speaking of Apex, and I'm gonna segue us into this because I love Respawn Entertainment. Right, Titanfall 3 was apparently not confirmed, but also not denied. The EA, I want to say it was in one of their conference calls recently. They said that they're not opposed to having a third one in the series. And I know that I would definitely play the poop out of that game.
Dude, give me some more like heavily in-depth customizable Titans. Dude, hell yeah. I would play the shit out of that.
Well, here's the thing. If you take the customization from the first game, literally rip that out, take the second game, put that into the second game, best game. Best Titanfall game. Best, because the second one was so bad because you couldn't customize anything.
Now here's my thing. Would you be... Now, that being said, for customizable Titans, instead of having like set ones with God, I'm trying to remember what they were, like the Monarch and the Scorch. Instead of having like a set like Titan model, like making your own Titan.
Here's the thing. I would say there would have to be limitations because then people would be able to abuse certain things. So like for example, if you play a bulky Titan, you would have a bulky weapon.
Yeah, like have three different bulky gun types, like an LMG or something like that, or
or maybe give us more. Sorry, go ahead, Chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I was the one ignoring you. I was the one intruding on you. But like, if that's the case, then there'd obviously be downfalls to having that. Like, if you have a lot of armor, then you have like very little shields. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, what made Titanfall 1 so good is that you weren't bound to one weapon. There were pros. Here's the thing. They need to make it to where any gun should be accessible. But depending on what kind of Titan you are, how bulky you are, there's pros and cons to using a specific weapon. I think that don't get me wrong, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how that would work. But I feel like if you just take Titanfall 1's customization abilities, customizable abilities, weapons, Titans, everything, put it in the second game, so good. I want to see that in 3. I want to see a better campaign in 3. I want to see more customization in 3. I want 3 to be great. And I think that could kill Apex, let's be honest.
Oh, dude, even if Apex added things from Titanfall into it, like, not just the weapons, like, not just these quote-unquote upgraded weapons for the Apex games, but, like, maybe incorporating some other stuff from from the pilots to some of the legends here in Apex.
Yeah, they're actually talking about bringing more pilots from Titanfall into Apex. People were suspecting that the actual pilot himself was going to be in Apex and be able to like run on walls and stuff.
That would make sense because at the end of Titanfall 2, you get that little card from the Apex Predators.
Yeah. So
that would make sense to me.
It takes place in the same universe, so it would be weird for them to not do something. But I feel that it would be interesting to see them start making 3. And they have not confirmed nor denied that they're making it. So I have a feeling that it's at least in early talks. And I would not be surprised if we saw something in, say, 3 years or so. I feel like that would be, because it's only multiplayer, that's the thing. They have some campaign aspects, but I feel like that's a different team that works on it. They just have to do really well with the multiplayer and actually like make the multiplayer. And they already have models from, 2 that they can go off of. Mm-hmm. So I feel that we might be able to see something in 3 or 4 years.
Tell me again, who was the Titan that had the minigun?
The Legion. I hate Legion.
I snipe with a minigun. I'm so good.
Yeah, don't talk to me about Legion, bro. I've been destroyed by them so many times.
Oh, I'm so good. I love being sniped by minigun. Oh.
There's a little bit of salt in this.
Yeah, no, I am salt.
Shut the heck up over there, Chance.
Minigun. What kind of crap is that?
It's also a shotgun too, and I did not know that.
Oh, so man. In that same category as the possibilities, is that there was a former Rockstar employee who maybe leaked, maybe didn't, since none of it is confirmed yet, but they said there's a possibility that we will be getting a new map in GTA Online soon, like within this year. And I mean, there's been people that have been like, oh, we want this, like, ever since it got released, but I think it would be interesting. I mean, it makes sense that they would want to keep updating it as long as they're still re-releasing it, especially with the new consoles.
Yep.
I think this would be a very big thing for them to do, though, as far as regaining interest.
So I think it's really cool, and I don't want to speak first, but I want to say this. I have to pee so bad. I will be right back. I'm really sorry.
All right. Let's keep it moving.
Not only does he go to take a big old number 1 in his streams, but now he's taking a big old number 1 in our talks.
That's okay. And keep moving.
Do I need to make it not family friendly? Do I need to turn around and step in my chair?
No. So what map are people speculating is going to be released, or what map?
Some people have from what I read, there's been thoughts of North Yankton, which frankly, who cares? It's so small. It's like you would be interested for like 3 days, maybe. Yeah. Because North Yankton is not really like something that
North
interesting.
Yankton was
Some people have been saying Liberty City, like adding the whole map, just putting Liberty City in, which I think would be really cool. And I think that could possibly hold people. Dan, shut up. No one cares. But I think that adding that whole Liberty City updated to GTA 5 like current day levels would be really, really good for them as far as getting interest and getting people to like relax until GTA 6 actually gets out.
Well,
because adding a whole new map adds so much to explore and so much to do.
I mean,
what about what's the other one?
Not GTA. I mean, I will say that freaking GTA is kind of overdue for a new map.
What about
like way overdue?
What about like a updated version of Vice City? Y'all remember? Did any of you play Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
Here, nope. I think I played it on like iPod.
I'm sorry. It was probably, in my opinion, it was better than GTA San Andreas. Not gonna lie.
Is that the one where you play as the Russian guy?
No, that's GTA 4.
That's 4, yeah.
GTA Vice City was the like 80s Miami kind of version of GTA.
Wasn't that? Wait, because I know what. So GTA 5 they take one of the maps in the old games and add, because it was Los Santos. Was it San Andreas?
Yeah, they took San Andreas and kind of incorporated it into Los Santos. There's little Easter eggs in the game where you can go visit the old places or whatnot from there.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I mean, I'm trying to think of what because I just saw an article today saying that GTA was returning to one of these games.
GTA was returning?
Yeah, like one of the maps is returning, and they named it specifically, and I'm trying to remember what the article
Liberty
was.
City, I think.
Yeah, Liberty City.
The article that I
City?
shared was Liberty City was like part of the title, but if you actually read the article, they're like, hey, it's not like positive, but this could happen.
See, but
in that same...
Honestly, I think I would be more excited as a GTA fan to see Vice City remade, because I mean, we've already seen Liberty City in GTA 4 with its update. So I mean, I think I would rather see Vice City being added in.
I wouldn't doubt if they add in all of the maps, at least the ones that are unique, simply because we talked about this a second ago, like how GTA 6 isn't going to be released for at least another 4 or 5 years, if anything, because a game of that magnitude takes years to build. Because they do everything from looking at shrubs to rocks to certain, heights of buildings and all this stuff. They plan this out so meticulously that for them to just slap it all together wouldn't work. So what they're probably doing is a majority of the team is working on 6 because they have confirmed that it is in the works, but we won't see it for a while. And then they're probably going to redo some of the maps, add them to 5, and then I wouldn't doubt if when 6 releases, they take what they've done with 5 and add it into 6 in terms of maps. Because there would be no reason for them to redo all the maps and not incorporate them in the new one.
See, the reason why I'm also hoping that they do redo Vice City is because they can reuse some of the assets that they used for Los Santos. They can take some of the palm trees and put them in and whatnot. The beaches and the shorelines and the water and stuff like that. It would be a lot easier for them to mess around with some of those assets versus having to rebuild Liberty City all the way from the ground up. So
it'd be much easier.
Yeah.
And I can't find it right now, but I was looking at something as well that said that another possibility is like a business focused on strip clubs, as well as actually opening and finishing the construction on the building that's been under construction since its release. It's pretty much a meme at this point about how slow their construction goes. But supposedly they could reskin that building and make it into another business for you to buy, which, I mean, businesses are cool, but from my experience, I like the new businesses for about a week, and then I'm like, okay, it's just another business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another cash inflow.
Exactly.
Man, I just want to be sponsored by that Big Mac.
I want to be sponsored by that LaCroix. They did say that they're going to be adding a new heist, so I wouldn't doubt if they use the things that you just said, Grant, somehow in the new heist. Yeah. And that's supposed to come at the end of December, or December sometime, end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, the supposed leak mentions a new map coming with the PS5 release. And so I would assume that they would get it first, and then like a couple months later, it'll come to Xbox.
Yeah, I can see that.
PC.
Yeah, because of all the rights and stuff that they have. You okay over there, Chance?
I think he's enjoying his French fries way too much.
Enjoying my fries. Oh.
Speaking of rights, Dan, we mentioned earlier that 2K gained the rights to most of the NFL players.
Yeah, so I assume that you guys don't know too much about this, so I'll just talk. Simply because it's just sports stuff, and I know a lot of you guys don't care about sports. There was a while ago where, of course, you know FIFA, right?
No.
You know FIFA. There's PES, which is Pro Evolution Soccer. Those are like the two that like fight for whatever is the best football game, soccer game. They fight for that. And there was a couple years ago, where PES, they bought out rights to certain players, certain stadiums, and certain teams. And so those teams, players, and stadiums weren't in EA's FIFA. So with that going on, it's really interesting to see that 2K is pretty much buying the NFL. So there's not going to be any sort of NFL games besides 2K's, because they're not going to have the rights to put them in the game. Because, you can't put in the New England Patriots if Tom Brady's retired. But if 2K owns Tom Brady, the New England Patriots without Tom Brady are nothing. So no one's going to play them in whatever game that other football game is.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they already have the rights to all the basketball players for their 2K basketball games or whatever?
I think so. I'm not too
NBA?
sure about that one, if I'm being honest. Because I want to say that there's also another basketball game that is just as popular, but people know basketball is 2K. I could be totally wrong in that. I don't pay attention to basketball at all. So that's where my knowledge fails.
And I know
but it's
PlayStation owns the right. I believe they own the rights to all the National Baseball League, because I think the only baseball games that are being made are that and whatever NBL, the show or whatever.
MLB the show, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see 2K making steps. Oops, sorry, I hit my table. 2K making steps into buying out just pretty much sports, because they know how popular sports are with non-super competitive people. Because, you know, if I got FIFA, I'd play that. I'd play FIFA. I love FIFA, even though I'm like competitive in other games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a fun thing to. In a bit, yeah.
I have to say, a little bit off topic, but and I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Never mind. Anyway,
I think the real esports money is in golf.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Tiger Woods. Oh,
I do
no,
like
Tiger
a
Woods
good
is
game of
really-
golf. Good round of golf.
Yeah.
Dude, play me in some mini golf. You won't win.
Play me in some Wii golf. You'll probably
Bro,
beat me like 10 times.
Play me
over.
in Wii boxing.
Play me in Wii bowling.
Wii boxing, bro.
Wii
Clap
bowling.
your
Tim
cheeks.
is definitely that kid that uses the
excuse me, Dan?
nunchuck to
Do you
direct
have-
his ball.
Do you have the star bowling ball in Wii bowling? I don't
Of
think
course,
so.
of course
I mean,
I'm
that was
pro.
the thing.
Of course I'm pro league, Chance. I bowl 300s every game.
Oh, okay. So I remember what I was going to say. So I find it rather ironic, really, that and this is kind of more just like on the esports thing. How you'll get a bunch of people that are like, why do you sit there and watch people play video games when you can just play them yourselves?
Mhm.
And then you look bad at them and you're just like, well, why do you sit there and watch people play sports when you can just go play it yourself?
Right?
Why do you
Like-
sit and watch TV shows when you can just go act yourself? Forehead.
So something I never understood when I was younger was if I wanted to like play on the PlayStation 2 and I would be like, "Mom, can I play on the PlayStation?" She'd be like, "No, why don't you like watch a movie or something?" I'm like,
There's no
"I can watch
difference.
a movie, but I can't play what?
Yeah,
What?"
same.
See, I don't know.
You want
I
me
feel
to-
like
you want me
so
to wa-
confused by that.
You want me to watch a movie
She's
on
like,
my
"You
PlayStation?
played
but
enough video games. Why don't you watch a movie?"
I feel like playing video
What?
games is a lot better, like mentally for you than
Yeah.
watching a movie.
Oh,
Because when
definitely.
you watch
Well,
a
here-
movie, you just turn your brain off and you just like engross yourself into the movie's universe rather
Well, this
than
is kind of
turning your brain off and engrossing into the game's universe and actually making decisions for whatever.
Well, this is my deal with that, because I find when it comes to sports, on a comparison of sports and then esports, I just find esports to be much more fun to watch. They're a lot more engaging because it's pretty much different every time. When you watch baseball, it's like, oh, he hit it, run to first base. You know what I mean?
Well,
Or
I
if you're watching an esport, it's like it's like very action oriented. It's pretty much always different. You know?
I think it just depends on like what you personally enjoy. Because I love watching soccer, football. I love watching it. I could spend all day watching it if I wanted to. And then when I watch esports, depending on what game it is, I love watching that. Like, I don't like playing Apex Legends, but I love watching Apex Legends like pros because it's so action packed at the end. Even when Fortnite was starting to get really, really big, I loved watching big names play because of how hectic it was at the end. So I think it just kind of depends on what the game is. And then not to mention, it's like, here's the thing with sports, it's all kind of the same. There might be a team that, a couple games that are really close, but for the most part, some team's going to blow the other team out, or it's going to be, like a mediocre game. But with esports, it's usually like there's so much hype, Commentators are there. Oh my gosh! Like it's.
I'll be right
They're
back.
all in
It's just
involved.
interesting.
I love esport commentators because they're always so over exaggerating and they're so involved in what they're watching.
I agree.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, as far as that goes, like just like my statement that yeah, I'd rather watch esports than regular sports personally.
I agree with you.
For
Well,
me, it
to an
definitely
extent.
depends on which ones. I mean, football I can watch, even though I usually don't really understand the scoring and stuff like that. But football I can watch. personally. Soccer, not for me. Baseball, I cannot. Golf, I cannot watch or play.
You're missing out. Golf is a great sport.
He's lining up on the green. He's making
Mini
a
golf.
shot.
I'll play mini golf all day.
He's taking his swing, and it lands in the green. Clap, 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 clap.
Everything's green.
And he just hit a hole-in-one. Everyone go crazy. Yay.
Everybody clap your hands. Yeah, hold up a
But
sign.
I do
that says
love
clap.
like the air horn at a golf course like videos on YouTube. Even though I understand those people are being super disrespectful, but it's still funny.
Oh, excuse me.
We had a couple more things before our like closing. One was that Netflix announced a Witcher spinoff, which personally I did watch Witcher and I enjoyed that a lot. That was pretty
Love it.
cool. Definitely my favorite video game into a movie or TV show adaptation.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Are you saying that you didn't enjoy Detective Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu was hot dog crap. Chance, get
Oh,
out of
come
here.
Yeah,
on,
I'm
okay.
saying I did not
sorry.
appreciate that at
Ryan
all.
Reynolds is a
It
great actor.
wasn't that bad. It was
Right.
decent. It was decent
Love
for a
Ryan
movie.
Reynolds. Cannot see him as
He
that
couldn't
character.
save it. He couldn't save it.
Okay, all right. Y'all are chuds. The movie was
Sonic
not
the
that bad.
Hedgehog I haven't even seen, but from what my sister said, I don't need to see it.
You don't need to
Also,
see.
I'm not a fan of Jim Carrey.
Really?
I'm one of the
Yeah.
few that's like Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey. There's another one, Adam Sandler. Like, there's very few
Yeah,
of
okay,
any of
let's
their
be
movies
honest,
that I
nobody
can
likes
I
watch.
agree with you on that one, Grant.
Let's be honest. Nobody likes Adam Sandler. He basically phones in movies at this point.
You're not wrong.
Like
And Jim Carrey,
honestly.
like Jim Carrey's first couple movies, great, funny. Ever since then, he's the same character with a different name. Like he's
Oh, I
always doing the
saw-
same facial
Ooh.
expressions,
All
same
right, and
acting.
how do you think it as the Grinch?
I hated the Grinch.
What?
Bro,
How
Jim
dare
I
Carrey-
love Johnny Depp in The Grinch.
Fuck you, Jim.
There was
Welcome
this
back.
one movie that Jim Carrey played in that I watched. It was super dark. It was complete opposite of comedy. I can't remember what the name
was it
is.
the
I think it's
Vampire
Cable
one?
Guy.
No, it's not that. It takes place in Poland.
Poland.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up real quick, and I'll tell you what it is. Jim Carrey movies. Anyway, keep going. Ignore me. I'll just butt in.
Yeah.
I loved him in Animal in shoot, what are his two movies? Pet Detective. There we go. Pet Detective,
but
I
he's
think
the
were two really
same
good.
as he always is.
Yeah, but Pet Detective are like his classic movies, though.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Didn't need the full name. No one
No.
knew what you were talking about until you said Ace Ventura.
Now, when you think of Jim Carrey and you say Pet Detective, you know who it is. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Those are like his two like more like
I think that's where
common classic
that's
movies.
where Grant's getting it from. Like where I feel like every role after that, he's been pretty much the same character, just in a different
Yeah,
suit.
I mean,
Yeah, but that's his
Yeah.
character. That's like who he is, though. You can't if you take that out of Jim Carrey, he's not Jim Carrey. You know what I mean?
The movie I was thinking about was called Dark Crimes. Don't watch it. The first 2 minutes are like
Is it like torture?
to a
Yeah,
certain.
yeah.
I mean, not torture in that sense. It pretty much just shows you like 2 minutes of like straight up just like prostitution, but
Oh,
not
wow.
like woman's choice, like straight up awful. It was
wow.
horrific. I didn't watch it. I saw the first 2 seconds like, oh, I want to skip this, so I skipped.
well, let's talk about what we're playing. Personally, I mean, I think all of us, because of the Halo Infinite announcement, everyone's been grinding Halo out. Everyone's been doing that. Me, not so much. I've done a couple levels and I've played some multiplayer, but I don't know. Either I just suck at it, which is probably what it is. I probably just suck at it because whenever I play, especially when Dan joins, I just get destroyed. Like no matter what.
Well, I mean,
It
to
doesn't
be
even have
fair-
be Dan destroying me. It's just when Dan joins, I lose the ability to play games.
Bro, is it because I
You're-
intimidate you?
No,
I think that's a large part of it because even like Grant does great in Modern Warfare. At least he does really good. And
Yeah.
then the second, me and Grant do great. The second you join, Dan, you suck all the skill out of us and just like add it to your own nutrients.
I think there's literally a game where I was like the game before Dan joined, I was like got my wheels in like 3 times or something like that.
Yeah.
Had my clutch strikes. Dan joins the next game, and I'm like,
how do controller work?
Like how to jump? Is aim the stick?
It's like that meme. It's like that meme I posted to the chat for Tim earlier this morning. It's like when your team doing so good you can't find anybody. It's Chief walking along the beach all sad.
Yeah, that's us 3 because Dan is already killed everyone.
No. I mean, for Halo, yes. But for other games, no. I refrain.
Tim can hold his own.
I can hold my own in Modern Warfare. Like
I can
either be as bad as Grant when Dan's playing, or I can be as great as Dan when Dan's playing. Like it's one end of the spectrum or the other. No in between.
I think I'm like closer to Dan in that kind of that scale, regardless of when he's playing. In terms of like when we play Halo and when we play Modern Warfare, I feel like I can keep up with him now.
Yeah, no, I can keep up with Dan in Modern Warfare.
I'm such.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to look or sound like arrogant or anything, but
just say it.
Thanks, guys.
Say
I'm good.
He's the ninja of our friend group.
And no,
I'm not that good.
You're right. I've seen how you play Modern Warfare.
But other than Halo, I've still been doing a little creative mode on Ark because, frankly, unless I have a bunch of other people helping me, I can't play Ark on my own. I just can't.
Thank you.
Is it just because you are like don't know how to go out and gather stuff, or
I've played before, but it was still in beta the last time I played, so it's been a couple of years.
Okay. It's been quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh god, remember when you couldn't adjust your harvest settings? You'd get like 1 wood for like half your axe.
Remember when you had to spend like over 32 hours trying to get a T-Rex?
Oh.
Ooh.
Or even like a turtle took you like 15-20 minutes.
I mean, the only thing I ever bred, and this was the reason I did it, I bred thylacoleos, and I had to be on for 8 hours straight to raise them from babies to like adolescent. Otherwise, they would die.
Oof.
And it was just such a waste of my time.
Was the thylacoleos the things that you had to tame with beer?
No.
What am I thinking
of?
You're thinking of me.
The giant cats.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Chance, you're thinking of me. That's how you tame me.
Okay, Tim. I'm not buying you. I'm not buying you beer to breed with another Tim.
I mean, the more Tims there are in this world, the better off we are.
Nah, you just gotta reproduce asexually. You just gotta like split your atoms. Become 2 Tims.
Wait, did you just assume my gender?
Let me just split my atoms.
No, the different conversation.
Wait,
don't assume my sexuality, Chance, alright?
Can I?
Dan, you're married. I don't think anyone's assuming anything.
I mean,
listen.
He can act straight all the way to the bank.
Offended me. All right.
I'm a white girl. That offends me.
Bringing it back, Tim. What have you been up to?
Well, obviously, with Halo Infinite releasing here soon, I figured I might as well kick my butt in gear. So I bought the Halo Master Chief Collection on PC because I wanted to play with my homeboys. I wanted to play with Chance, and I wanted to play with Dan. And I wanted to play with that's about it. And then Grant.
No, that's actually fair because when you bought it, I didn't even have it.
Yeah, when Grant bought it, he didn't
have Xbox, but not PC.
Yeah, and
now I have it on both.
We started playing, and I've made it all the way through Reach, all the way through 3 as far as the storyline is concerned. So pretty much I'm caught up for what's released on Master Chief Collection on the PC.
Now I remember asking you in the last podcast how you felt about how the game played. Now I feel like since you've played through all the Halos up at this point that are currently released on the MCC, I feel like as a Halo fan who's played since the games came out up until this point, how do you feel about Halo story-wise?
Halo story-wise, I feel like it's a bit lackluster. Like, playing through it, I haven't really gotten any of the story. Like, it's just like, go here, shoot this thing. Go here, blow this thing up. Go here, be Master Chief. Go here, use the same assault rifle that you've used for 3 games in a row now. Like,
oof, he's right.
Now that being said, I feel like because I remember you asking me last night. You were asking me a few different things like that the games never showed. Like, why is the flood here? Why is it on the ring? You know, how did it even get here? That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like I feel like the novels explain that a lot more. I've only ever read The Flood, which was the book that came out when Combat Evolved came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that explains a lot of that. And then also with all the new lore that 343 has inserted over the course of 4 and 5, with all the backstory and the Forerunners, I feel like being a new Halo guy coming in, trying to learn everything you can until Infinite comes out, I feel like you're already at a disadvantage because I want to say half of the story is in the books. Which I don't know if you're a big book guy or not or
really.
even like an audio book guy.
I mean, an audiobook, I can sit through an audiobook, but reading, just not my forte. I hate it. It's just boring to me.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
like
which
I can listen. I can listen to an audiobook all day. Like, I've done it multiple times. Like, I'd rather have somebody read to me. I feel like I'm at that kindergarten mentality where I have to have someone read to me for me to actually understand what's going on.
So that's kind of why you asked me. That's kind of like why you're sitting there and you're asking me.
Yeah, no, like I'm asking like some like probably stupidly simple questions, like why are the flood even a thing? Like, how did they get here? Why are they even in existence? Like, what is the point?
Honestly,
of them?
though, I'm with you on that one.
I didn't explain that to you because that is its own convoluted. Like, why the flood is even a thing is its own like convoluted story that got introduced when 343 took over.
Oh goodness! Like, I'm not.
Like, there's so much lore that you'd have to look into, but I could explain in like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well then, after the podcast tonight, after we get done with the after meeting, explain it to me.
Okay, you just remind me, and I'll kind of catch you up on the story.
Okay, but other than Halo, I've been playing the Destroy All Humans remake. Mainly just for nostalgic purposes. I remember playing the original Destroy All Humans on the PlayStation 2. Probably one of my favorite games, other than GTA or Vice City. And then downloaded Grounded this morning, to play with Chance. He was too cheap to buy it, so he may have been gifted a copy. I will not name names on who gifted that because I don't want him to feel above anybody else in the chat, but he was the only person online at the time. So
you guys are the worst. I hate you all. I told you the exact reason why I wasn't gonna buy it.
Exactly. So I don't know who bought that copy for you. Yeah, no, I mean, no.
Wow, Grant! I swear to God, Grant.
But yeah, I want to say we played for a good 4 hours before you went to bed.
Oh, nice.
Jeez. It was like 10 o'clock, and we were going through. We were running through the story. We already beat as far as you can in the story up until this point. Or until they updated.
The story.
Right? Yeah.
I
right.
Heard it was super lackluster.
Well, that's because the story is not even close to being like. What you purchase right now at the $30 threshold is a tutorial.
You pay for the tutorial. A sandbox.
Yeah, you're paying for the tutorial sandbox. They literally stated at the end of the thing, when you finish whatever part of the campaign, it's like the story is only just beginning. Please give us your feedback or whatever. Let us know what you'd like to see.
That's cool.
So I feel like that's a great thing. Especially being an Obsidian title. It definitely does not feel like a Fallout game or whatever the new game.
It doesn't even feel like an Obsidian game.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it feels like Ark with ants. But
without the taming.
Yeah, without the taming. Like, it's all just like wrecking insects and arachnids. And the arachnophobia mode is by are the stupidest thing that anyone could think of. Like, oh my goodness. Chance and I were, like he was saying, that they need to balance some of the bugs. Like, the spiders one-shot you. Even if you're in, like, full armor or something, they just one-shot you.
I feel like with the combat systems they want you to learn the art of perfect blocking, but but I feel like for the way they have the game right now, I feel like you take unneeded damage, and when you try to block, you still take lots of damage. Like for right now, for the two spiders that are in it, the Orb Weaver and the Wolf Spider, the Orb Weaver is infinitely easier to kill. I mean, still it does a lot of damage to you, but if you and your friend gang up on it, you can kill relatively easily. The Wolf Spider, on the other hand, has like twice the amount of health. And no matter what you have on, it will always one-shot you.
Yeah, no, I think when you were gone, I cheesed a wolf spider that came into the camp. Like, it got stuck in one of the trees or whatever, like, stuck walking in one of the trees, and I just got up behind it and I spanked it until it died with my ant club.
Okay, and then I saw it I feel like the combat's a bit janky. It needs some reworking. It needs some fine-tuning.
Yeah.
And the building system, I don't know, what did our Mike compare it to?
The Forest. If you've ever played the Forest, you definitely know the building system in this a lot. Like, I've played a little bit of the Forest. I like the building system in that, where you like set up what you're building, and then you go collect whatever you need, and then build it. And then once it's done, you can use it. Rather than having to have all the materials at once, and having to build it right then and there. I feel like being able to place the blueprint and then go collect stuff and add it at your own pace is a good thing. Like, I like that.
No, with collecting it, I have a few issues with the crafting system. Not just the crafting system, but I also feel like the food and water. I feel like food and water runs out way too quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs to be toned down a little bit. And B, with crafting, let's say you pick up a piece of sap, you learn how to do something with that sap. Okay, that's awesome. Well, in the game, there's these science tent domes that you can go and do.
Yeah, they're like science stations.
Yeah, and then you analyze the sap, and then you can learn more things to do with the sap. But here's the thing: I'm fine with that, but don't have it to where there's only because you have charges. You can only analyze 3 things at a station before you get a 14-minute timer.
Yeah, but then again,
and then after that 14-minute timer, then the
charge resets.
Yeah, then the charge resets. I feel like that timer needs to go away. Get rid of it. There should be no reason to be a timer on the analyzer.
See, I don't know about that, because you've got like 6, or you've got as many bases as there are around the map. You've got I want to say there's like 6 plus or whatever. And if you were to have 4 people in there, like whatever you analyze, I learn. And then if you have 4 people at 4 different analyzation stations, you can be analyzing 12 things.
Yeah, but I think a cooldown is just needless. I still don't see there a reason to be any sort of cooldown. I mean, you can keep the multiple analyzer stations. You can keep all the tents for when you're out gathering about and you stumble across one and then analyze something at it. But I still feel like the 14-minute timer on it is a bit needless.
I mean, at that point, if you don't like the timer going down, just go to a different analyzation station.
I mean, I guess.
Explore.
I mean, yeah, I get that there is exploration, but where it looks like we're being moved along here. So let's wrap this up a little bit. Let's say what our closing thoughts are on the game here, Tim. I'd say for what it is, game needs some work. I enjoy it though, but it's very visually and functionally needs some overhauls.
Yeah.
But I do like it, and I'm not sure, Grant, what we're moving on to next here.
Well, Chance, what else have you been playing?
As far as I've been playing, like I said, I've been doing Grounded with Tim. I've been grinding the hell out of Halo. I'm already halfway through the Reaches Battle Pass. And then, actually, no, I'm more than halfway through Reaches Battle Pass system from Season 1. And then grabbed a few select things out of the Combat Evolved that I think were cool. Divinity 2, Original Sin. Anyone who's heard of that? It's like a top-down, free-roaming, kind of turn-based battling system type of game. A lot like Dungeons and Dragons, because you have like your constitution, your strength, your intelligence, your wits, which determines turn order, that kind of thing. Magic, crossbows and regular bows, great swords, great hammers, sword shield, all that type of thing. Elves, lizard men, humans. I think the game is absolutely worth it if you're into like D&D turn-based type of strategy games. Because at the end of the day, it's like a tactical turn-based type of thing. You have to build your party out in this very specific, not a very specific way, but there's multiple different builds you can do with your guys. Like, oh, I want to be a human that uses a sword and shield that has a bunch of physical skills, but also does stuff with geomancy, like earth magic, that kind of thing. So building out your characters, I think, is the most fun part of the game. I really much enjoy it. Anyone who likes it, pick it up. The definitive edition is on it. It already comes with quote-unquote DLC. I say quote-unquote DLC because there's gift bag features. So you can still play through the game like people who bought it base, but as the game goes on, like as the development of the game went on, they added gift bag features, which are basically your DLC that you could turn on and off at your leisure. Can I see that? Where you can still go through the game nowadays as people who originally bought the game, but now if you wanted to, you could turn on these features. And then, what's the other one I've been playing through? So there's Halo, Grounded, Divinity, and then, I don't know, I kind of been getting back into Spore.
Alright, I'm going to stop you there. Right? I want to stop you there.
Yeah, no. Nerd.
Hey, Spore's a great game. And it's also by Paradox, and Paradox is a great company.
Paradox is a good company.
What have they produced in the last 10 years?
Stellaris?
Stellaris?
What have they produced that's fun in the last 10 years?
Stellaris?
I said fun.
Uh-oh.
Hey, yeah. See, Tim's with me, you chuds. Tim likes Spore. You chuds.
It's funny.
I mean, I like Spore.
I couldn't play it. The computer that I had didn't have a Blu-ray player drive.
But I mean, they're kind of irrelevant.
You know what's sad? Not sad. I actually owned the collector's edition that came with a little handbook for Spore and like the plastic casing for the whole thing.
I only played it on iOS.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I made it pretty darn far too.
Listen. I'm with Tim here. Imagine making a walking Wang.
Oh.
I mean,
wow. It's a what was it? T-rated or something? Or was it E10? I think it was E10.
E10?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It's an E for everyone, but you sit there making a walking Wang, goes around biting a carnivorous Wang.
Oh, the poor minds of little children playing that game.
All I'm saying, Chance, is I don't have to imagine making a walking Wang if you know what I mean.
Okay. Dan, what have you been playing? What are you up to, Dan?
Yeah, hold on, I'm timing you out because you said that. Thank you. I've been playing Destiny 2. Always on that Destiny grind. Halo with you guys, crap on your chests, and then stock market. I'm playing stock market.
Isn't the stock market like awful to be doing right now?
No, I mean, like, if you do it right, you can.
Now would be the time to actually be playing. Like, buying into the stock market would be the best.
No.
When stuff is low?
Not right now.
Buy low, sell high.
Stuff is not low. We're at the highest point right now.
We're at the highest point.
We are at record highs for almost everything right now. We're soaring. It's insane. But everyone thinks we're going to have another drop.
As far as, like, what we're compared to last year? Or the year before?
Here, I will show you, Tim. I will send you. You know what? You can look up an S&P 500 1-year chart, and you will see at the beginning of March we were peaked at record highs.
let me see
March
what
happened,
Dow's
we
at.
died. We died. And then S&P 500 is like at least 200 points higher. 20. I don't know. We're very high right now. I have to look at a chart.
And did you forget how to English there for a second?
Yeah. We're at like highs. We're making record highs right now. Apple just made record high. Tesla made record highs. AMD is making record highs. S&P 500, gold, silver, not silver, but gold. I want to say the Qs.
Yeah, but a lot of these,
I can go on about
a lot of these ones are private companies that normal people like yourself and myself wouldn't be able to invest in.
What are you talking about?
Like Apple.
The public companies right now, Tim. The public companies right now are at like we're at the highest point the market's been in a long time. And I know because I watch it every day.
That's debatable.
So I watch it every day, every morning.
Yeah, Dan over here is a friggin' shark.
Bruh, I wish.
Making all that dank stock market money. Stock
Dow
market.
Jones is a little bit low in
Stock
terms
market.
of what you're seeing, but almost everything else is like high. Like I don't look at the Dow, I look at the S&P 500, the tech stocks, all that stuff. We're at like record highs right now for all of that.
You know, it looks like the only time Dow was high was back in February.
Back in February, and then the coronavirus crap happened.
Super crash.
Yeah, because that was all coronavirus.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're making a climb back up, but I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We're at like records for most things. The overall markets though are they're like pretty much just as high, but in terms of like actual individual stocks, we're at like we're going in records.
Oof. Oh god, is that hot in your guys' room where you are? Like, dear lord.
I'm in the basement.
I got AC.
No. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. That's about it. Been buying $1.69 in terms of monetary value of stocks because you can buy fractional shares. So
I just thought, but dude, if Halo Infinite's multiplayer goes free to play, and it is going to be free to play, dude, game nights with your viewer base
could be fun.
Yeah, got to be doing all that stuff. All right, let's take a look here.
So, we did a little bit of this before, but we're just gonna quickly announce some of the games that are coming out between now.
We're doing that Tuesday. It says.
Oh,
yeah.
Are we?
Yep.
Okay. We're not doing that right now.
Not doing that right now.
But thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here, whether you are here live with us or with us in spirit at a later date. We just appreciate your support. We appreciate all that love. Thank you for being here. I'm Grant. That's Dan. That's Tim. That's Chance.
In the bottom, not live. I'm Dan, and I'm in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. You're in the top right corner.
Well.
But thank you for being here. We're headed out. Good night.
See you guys later.
Love y'all.